Bronny can go in front of ESPN.
Nigga, my mama gonna go to board, nigga. I don't give a fuck how old she is or how old I am. So if I got a pops, that nigga gonna do this. Well, he better do this. That's right.
Yeah. But now we're opening the door for all of these parents to start coming out and protecting their kids.
If you think that's bad, wait till you see Shedeur.
Right, it's about to get worse.
Dion already doing that. We all saw what we saw. You know what we saw. That's elementary school. No. That's like when you a teammate and push him like, man, like, let's go. He puts him like, get off of me. Get off of me. Get off me. No, don't touch me. Was it worth the $30,000? Now? In the moment.
In that moment.
In the moment.
He was up.
You remember? Was it bingo night? Or was it? 44. You know what we do on this show, boy. We flow, boy. But keep it high level. This is going to just give you the beats. And I give you my opinion at the end on all of these topics. But what's going on, the core issue, is the carriage rights fee.
First of all, start off the right way. Exactly. Let me start out like this. This is why I'm broke and you got money. This whole Dak Prescott saga.
What are those? On the field, I got metric after metric. He's a winner. Okay, he's number one in all categories for the Dallas Cowboys first 5 seasons. Off the field, unquestionable character. Like, the only thing you got on Dak Prescott is, I am undefeated in me playing basketball, and I just want to line up. He's getting up. And show, yeah, we doing this for real. This is what I do. I want to go rebound.
This one?
Cut that up, baby. This boy, it's wet time. That's what I do.
I still don't know why this is a pick, except exceptional play by the defender. Look at that. 2 dudes reaching, and then he comes between them and say, let me split this bunk bed. And I'm out of here. Shotgun snap, slips. Oh, that's a sack on your first play ever in the NFL. Y'all know your nightmares came true. You're like, God dang. Oh, yeah, this ain't it. Look at this blitz right here.
I mean, he only knows so much what he's reading off stats, off paper. I mean, everything's good on paper. But I would always love to hear from a player because they play the game.
What about a journalist? Like, being real, NARPs are journalists. Like, you're from that pool, right? So imagine somebody just said, you didn't play the game. I don't want to hear it.
She would have a living room full of people at about 10 p.m. probably every other Friday or Saturday. Come up here and I already know what they want, and I got to sing whatever song I got.
Did you say song. Sing, not rap? You said sing, huh?
Sing. Yeah, they ain't trying to hear no rap. They ain't trying to hear no rap. Yeah.
Well, you think you can do something with that? Hey man, Michael Jordan too light in the tail. Okay, you know what, big dog? Yes. I'm light in the tail. If you want some of this, let's go one-on-one right now. Let's get
Everyone's playing the hits, but I'm a DJ. And one thing I know from my DJing experience is that you don't just play the hits. You play things that people haven't found out about yet. Discovery. Not up to me. I don't have this ego where I'm a buck, talk trash, and be like, yo, I don't like this. I don't like this. I'm gonna be like this. All right, I got enough talent. I got enough belief in me. I know what I want to do. Yep, let me go do it. Wah, wah, wah. What's up, party people? What's crackin', from the jackin' to the back end? Love to all you guys who are up this morning. I know the whole world ain't. I know I was struggling too. Today was a day. People were like, I don't know. Y'all still at work? I don't even know how the real world is working right now. Is it, you going to work? Are y'all on Christmas break? Or are you like, shoot, I'm sleeping in. These kids sleeping in. You know how the game goes. I don't know, but we gonna talk through it right now as we get through this. Okay, so party people, much love to all of y'all who are rocking with your boy. You know, how was your weekend? I'm doing great. Went to the Clipper game last night. That is 4 in a row. Kawhi Leonard had a career high. As far as I see, 45 points was his career high. He had 55 and 51 at the end of the third. That's who he is, Kawhi Leonard right now, ladies and gentlemen. So respect to what's going on in the sports landscape. Hopefully your team is doing something. Hopefully your team's in the NFL playoff race. If it's not, yeah. Also, people are at work. Good. I see y'all at work. Respect then. I don't know how y'all pull this off. I hate to be your boss. I hate to be trying to figure out, you paying attention? And you're like, yeah. I'm trying to see who's going to win this MVP. That's what I'm paying attention to. So let's get into these stories. Some of these are quick hitters and some of these we're going to breathe on right now. This is a quick hitter right here. On3, everybody's heard about that, right? How they report on college, high school sports. So, they got a good niche right there. They made a report on this dude, and I thought they was reporting on his hair because my son is in the baby step of growing that. You imagine trying to smell that or put your fingers through that girl like, ooh. But he cute. He in the NBA, kind of. All right, so anyway, there was a brief time when it appeared that Trentyn Flowers will play college basketball. However, he decommitted from Louisville in 2023 to sign with the elite 36ers of Australia's National Basketball League, the NBL. 2024, he declared for the 2024 NBA draft, but went unselected. Tough road for him. You thought it was tough being Shedeur, having a legendary cave and going day 3. Imagine being this dude year after year, right? Anyway, he went on to sign a 2-way contract with the LA Clippers. Wow. And their G League affiliate in San Diego this year. He's been a 2-way player with the Chicago Bulls and their G League affiliate. Okay, that's him. He playing. We ain't going to show all that because sometimes they cut it out anyway. All right, we know who he is. But then on Saturday, they had a report that he was drawing interest from several top college basketball programs. Kentucky, Kansas, Michigan, Indiana, Florida, LSU. Yeah, if you played in the NBA, kind of. Hell yeah, you're going to draw some interest. But then that was met with widespread shock considering Flowers has actually played in the NBA and had some minutes over the last 2 seasons. And the rules governing how Flowers could play college basketball despite having played professionally for the past 3 seasons are murky enough to make the move entirely possible. Basically, you can't have excessive pay or salary from the NBA. So you can go to the NBA if you look like you were an NIL guy. Basically, you went there and you didn't play, you didn't get nothing. You were a 2-way contract, 10-day, all that. You could probably sneak through and go back to college. But he wasn't in that position. So then that got met with a lot of people saying, wait a minute. At least 3 programs named in that report tell CBS Sports they've shown 0 interest in pursuing Flowers, right? Long story short, it kept going to all of those teams that they just named. Was like, what you talking about? So how does that happen? Either A, they did have interest, and then the criticism was so loud that people were like, why is he going back to college? Y'all shouldn't allow that, blah, blah, blah. And people were like, we don't want him on the team. You know how it goes. Just like when you got a bad personality, all of a sudden they don't want you anymore. But they wanted you as the player until everybody pushed back. So that's how it's a copycat league. It's a copycat world. So that's how that played out. Or they never had interest, and they were just trying to garner it up. Look, if you're a publication, you're On3, whoever it is, that reporter, it doesn't hurt to put a story out there that's going to gain that much attention and then just retract it. We in that world right now. I know I've worked with people who have been on air and said things just because they knew the reaction. And I'm not even mad at them because they got great reactions. I just wouldn't raise my hand to do it. I wouldn't raise my hand to not be authentic. I'll take the slow road. I'll take the hare. I'll be the tortoise. You be the hare, excuse me. And you go ahead. But that's happening in real sports and real life and real journalism. People are just going out there with that click, 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 click. So respect. Love to everybody out there in the chat. Garrett, reporter, yes, you're working. TC210 says, good morning, everyone. How's my hip? My hip is doing amazing. My hip is doing so well, I know that I'm not going to test it. The doctor said for 2 weeks, walk around with your walker. Hey, baby, how you doing? Can you help me get them Cheetos up there? Right? I'm that person in the grocery store. Or I got my cane. I went to the Clipper game last night, and I had my Big Daddy cane with me, and I was just walking. Wow, people are like, damn, you're a week out of surgery? Kind of felt good to hear that because, I still got that football player in me. But for real, I feel so good. I'm doing all my rehab. I'm doing everything. Went to church yesterday morning, woke up, praise the Lord, thank you. I know I didn't put myself here. I know that I am not worthy, So I did all that. Now I'm in a position where I'm feeling really good. So if I just keep climbing at this level, by the end of the week, I should be walking pretty close without using the cane. But, hey, if you see me in the streets, remember, you don't know me. Because do not push me because I'm close to the edge. I will fall down. Literally will fall down. So that's how the game goes. So respect to y'all. Love to y'all. Let's keep beating it up in the comments. You know I'm going to check them between these topics. But right now we got to talk about how do we get here? Like, one thing about me that wasn't even questioned is effort. Maybe because I'm small school, but no, I was a big-time athlete when I was a baby. You know what I mean? I won the Nationals, won national records. I was the top player, MVP every year in football. Like, I could be cocky if I wanted to. How do you get to a place where you're a pro athlete and you don't give effort? I know everything is relative, so it resets. So you get to the pros, and even though they're all pros, some of them are zeros, right? Like, they just turn into a zero. But what the how do you do this?
Make him pay. Trae Young fell down. Now watch Trae Young here. This is, again, make winning plays. Okay, so you try to draw the foul. Is there any hustle, any effort there whatsoever?
No.
It's the face of your franchise.
Do it again. Let me get out the way. He landed right on my face. Look at that. That's a fake. That's a flop. Look how slow you get up.
Is there any hustle, any effort there whatsoever?
Oh, I'm about to throw up. That's the face of your franchise. Blah, blah, blah. Here's the problem. Because I got itty bitties. I coach itty bitties. And I always tell them, I'm like, look, I see you jogging. And they're like, you really do? Because I wear these Oakleys, right? I wear these Oakleys. They got so many colors in them. And I say, I don't wear these to be cool. I wear these so I can see you and you can't see me seeing you. I'm watching everything, damn it. And I'm watching like Bronny James, we brought it up a week ago. I'm no longer on the bandwagon of go, Bronny, go. Now I'm just evaluating him like everybody else. I used to root for him. Now I ain't rooting for him. You know why? Because he ain't giving effort. That's it. It ain't that deep. And I see him, I was like, dog, why you jogging? I saw him jogging in the summer league. And then he's still doing it with the Lakers. I saw him on the G League jog. I was like, you gotta give. And when you see it, you see it. You know, them Thompson twins. You see them boys? Even if you score on them, you're gonna know you've been in a cat fight. You be watching them, god dang, dog, every play? Yes, every play. And I know no one goes 100% all the time, but you can't have blatant ones like that. I'm a flop, and then that flop gonna turn into, oh, I'm gonna jog over there and let you just. If you tired, boss, get on the sideline with coach. He right there for you. It's weird. It's really weird out here in these streets. So now I see Trae Young picking his spots, and that's horrible. LeBron got to pick his spots. He's 41. What's going on? This lack of effort. So I tell the itty bitties, I say, look, act like the ball is your favorite food, your favorite snack. Go. Act like it's your iPad. Go. And then they think I'm not looking. Then all of a sudden they start jogging again. I've never, ever played sports where I was jogging. I wasn't always great, but I was never jogging. I just don't understand. Is this a new generation? Like, you know how they don't look you in your eyes when you speak to them no more. Little kids. I be grabbing people's kids. I don't even know them. They'd be like, hey, say hi to ourselves. I'm like, hey, how you doing? He like this. How you doing, sir? I'd be like, hey. I grab his shoulder right now. I'm like, I don't care if your parents say, hey. I go like this, hey. And he like, I was like, what's up? And then I always put my hand out. I tap him on the shoulder. I say, hey. And he look at me like, what? I was like, what's up? And he's like, oh, what's up, man? How you doing, sir? And then I put my hand out like I'm going to give him 5. And soon he go, like, move. I was like, too slow. Always. Get your little young, disrespectful little butt out of my face. Okay, let's beat it up in the comments before we get to Cam Ward. Cam Ward. Y'all been watching Cam Ward lately? Oh, boy. We're going to do the NFL playoffs, MVP, rookie race. We're going to get into all that right quick. Myles 87-88, facts, no walking on the field. Duh. Like, come on, y'all. Like, you got the best job in the world at the age, under the age of 30, pretty much. That's accessible, that's available. Ain't nothing better than being a pro athlete. Come on now. You can say being a rapper or something. I'm like, they travel is a little extensive. And they lifestyle a little too crazy. And they money funny. You know what I mean? They don't all hit. Like, we got a real structure to our business. Athletics, NBA, NFL, right? You be a rapper, you be like, yo, what the label sign me to, son? Oh, man, every girl in the world chasing you down the street. Every dude want to ride shotgun with you. And then you look at your bank account and they look like Dunkin' Donuts. It's a lot of zeros, but no numbers. Just zero, zero, zero. You know what I mean? So, blah, blah, blah. Let's get into this right here. Cam Ward, eat. Cam Ward, I said, eat. He has turned it on the past 3 games. 74% adjusted completion rate. Don't adjust it, but it's still high. 635 passing yards, 6 touchdowns, 0 interceptions, 104 passer rating. Y'all heard me. I said 104 passer rating. Got me thinking out here, like, what Cam Ward up to, boy? What Cam Ward doing in these streets? So now I'm like, all right, that's great for Cam Ward the last few games. That may be great for Cam Ward as a rookie. But you know me, I don't like no small tent. I don't like no, oh, you doing well for you. Like, you doing well for a rookie. You doing well for a quarterback from a small school. You doing well for a left-handed quarterback. No. Don't give me no abbreviations, God dang it. How you doing in this real world, right? So we're going to get into this real world. And let's just quickly go through this as Drake May, Matthew Stafford, Jared Goff, Josh Allen, Jordan Love. Even Daniel Jones, all above 100 in quarterback rating. We got to use something simple to aggregate all these numbers unless y'all want me to bore you to death and be the nerd I am. So we're going to say those are the guys. MVP candidate, Drake May, he balled yesterday. Matt, we're going to get into that. Matthew Stafford, going to see tonight if he balls out, but still MVP front runner. Jared Goff, they're not going to give it to him because they lost and out the playoffs, but he was balling. Josh Allen, got a shot to win the MVP, even though a little struggle bus up there in Buffalo, lost a close one. Jordan Love ain't going to get it. He concussed. He don't even know if he get it. Even if you give it to him, he ain't going to know. He concussed, and Daniel Jones got hurt too early, so he ain't getting it. All right, so where's my guys? Let's see some of these. We're going to look for rookies. Look at Jacoby Brissett. Go ahead. Having a better rating than C.J. Stroud. Who saw that? Tyler, everybody, look at him right there, 92. That's a rookie. Wait a minute. No rookie's higher than that, right? Nope. Yeah, right there. Caleb Williams. Oh, there you go. Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart got him beat, I think. So we got Jackson Dart, 89.8. Well, Jackson Dart was the first rookie that flashed, and we were like, yo, did you watch Jackson Dart this summer? You know what I mean? Like preseason. So he's up there. Oh, Jackson Dart was under him. Wait a minute. Yeah, Tyler Show, 89. Oh, yeah, Tyler was first, and then Jackson, second. Oh, I love it. We're gonna focus in a little bit on that, and then Cam Ward's at the end, right there, 79.8. You're like, what? Okay, but hey, it's climbing. It's getting better, but he had dead last of all qualified quarterbacks. So what about the quarterbacks that don't qualify? I don't qualify. Boy, I still want to testify. Well, we listening, brother. Talk to us.
It felt good. It felt good getting the win overall, and especially the team we won against. I think bittersweet because I feel like offense, we got to do our part. I got to do my part, a little bit more. We can't be happy with only 10 points. 13? Yeah, 13 points on the board. So, we just got to be able to put more points.
You ain't lying. Y'all got to score more because Shedeur. So where's Shedeur in this conversation? Obviously, he doesn't qualify. Doesn't mean he's last, even though, let me not bury the lead at the same time. Let me not trying to give y'all some fakeness.
In some situations,
he last.
You can't just throw your dog a bone sometimes. You gotta be able to know, like, when it's calculated risk. But, like, I feel like our players are better than their player, so I just gave my guy a chance. And we just ain't come down with it, and that's just how I go.
Okay, don't ever go to the podium again and give me that cliche. Your player ain't always better than their player. What if your player is a receiver and he a good receiver and he going against your daddy? Your daddy was Deion. The first rule of thumb when you play in sports is judgment. You got to judge them and look and say, he tall, he fast, he quick, he strong. You got to know it. And then you got to know what you are, and then you got to start playing Tetris. You got to start playing Tetris. I tell these little kids all the time I'm coaching them, I'm like, judge him. That's your boy, I know. After the game, good game. Right now, it's going to be okay. He's still going to be your friend. Y'all still going to play Minecraft. Right now, tear his ass up. And how do you tear him up? This is what happens to all kids. They get defeated in the head. It happened to me in track. You get psyched out. You see somebody big, you're like, I'm like, that means he's probably slow. People don't know the antonyms in sports. Soon as you see something, think of the opposite, and that's how you get them. Oh, he big, he probably can't squat down. He probably can't get down there low. There's a Myles Garrett out there for everybody, ladies and gentlemen, that just debunks all these rules. But in general, somebody real big, the first thing you tell yourself, I'm going under his ass. I'm going quicker than him. He can't be as quick as me. He can't get as low as me. Low man wins, and he that big, he can't have it all. And some cats do have it all. But the chances that you ran into that cat, slim to none. So, look, you got to start judging. My receiver good. Jerry Jeudy, all right, but he going against Denzel Ward, whatever it may be, whoever it may be, Patrick Surtain the second. You can't always go out there with that. See, that's why I tell y'all about that cliche, that podium talk. But we ain't here to judge his words. We're here to judge his actions. So let's get into his actions, shall we? Okay, so let's now look into it. That's his numbers. We ain't going to dive too deep. Boring, sweet, okay, whatever. There it is, 68.5. So that's under 10, 11 points under Cam Ward if he qualified. But the thing about it that you got to take from this is that he doesn't qualify. And it took Cam Ward 13 games, 12 games to get this last 3-game win streak. He only has 6. But one thing that is disturbing about Shedeur, and when he's under center, watch this. Okay, they win, but they win 13-6, 13. They lose, they scored 20. Neither one of these qualify as a defender. I'm a defense. Every defense says, give me 21, I give you a dub. 13. We should have lost that game, but hey, our defense played even better than theirs. And we're going to talk about that. Myles Garrett gets into why Pittsburgh really lost this game. And he had a lot to do with it, despite not breaking the sack record. All right, so Buffalo, we lose. We got 20. That ain't it. Okay. Chicago, we lose 3. You know that ain't it. Then we lose 29-31 against the worst team in the league at that time, but it's still 29 points. Good. But then you lose 8. Then you win 24. Good. And then you lose 16. But basically, 29 and 24, good. But you've been out there 6 times, and you've given us an 8, a 16, a 3, and a 13. Blame everybody. I ain't here to assess blame right now. That's a different show, different topic. But right now, you got to score more. Simple as that. All right, y'all, beat it up in the comments. Myles loves the fact that I brought up Tetris. Dog, Tetris is one of the best games ever. I'll give you the top 5 best video games ever in not no certain order. Miss Pac-Man, Tetris, Excite Bike. This is tough. Frogger. Look at me, I'm old as hell. I'm going to just throw in there for my 5th one. Paperboy. Remember Paperboy? No, I'm just kidding. I would throw Paperboy in there or Spy Hunter or well, there's one more I love. Dig Dug. God dang. I still play Dig Dug. Played Excite Bike this weekend. I posted it. A lot of you guys got to see it. So love, respect to you guys. Okay. You like Dart, but he might be a white Justin Fields. What world do you live in, Myles? A white Justin Fields? Why? I'm going to leave that alone. What do you mean? Like that's the damn race be taking over people's head. He's a white Justin. I say stuff like that too. I'm just joking with you, but it's like it read kind of weird. Like he ain't no Justin Fields. Jackson Dart already better than Justin Fields. Let me stop. Let's see. Beat up in the comments. Is Justin Fields better than Jackson Dart? Who would you take right now if you had to draft one? That part. All right. So let's get into it. All right. Let's keep going. We rolling. Is we rolling? I might be. Oh, he geeked up. Broncos, we got number 1 seed. Patriots, 2. Jags, Texans, Chargers, Bills. Okay, and we got one more in the hunt. We got the Steelers or the Ravens. They play this weekend. Please watch that game. You about to see blood on the field. You're going to be like, where the Crips at? I see all this blood. Oh, man, it's going to be gangster out there. Gangster. All right, so I'm not even going to go through the matchups because this stuff is still fluid out here to some degree, so whatever, who cares? All right, Seahawks, Bears, Eagles, 49ers. Look at them. They're like, we just beat y'all. Why we lower than you? Welcome to college football. All right, then Rams, and then Packers, and then we got Panthers and Bucks. Ladies and gentlemen, Panthers and Bucks this weekend. Please watch. You're going to see a lot of bloods on the field. Where the Crips at? They're going to be out there looking for all that blood. It's the craziness. So great weekend to watch sports. I mean, insane weekend. So be very careful if you are trying to get in front of the TV. If you got anything else planned, cancel it right now. There are 2 playoff-esque games because winners win, and you in. Loser, you go home. And that's just how it goes. And then you're going to see that same team that won play again next week. So much respect to the NFL. Much respect to how they schedule this sucker out. Ain't the NFL, ain't no league, right? People got to understand the difference between sport, game, sport, and the difference is you may like playing basketball more. I admit it. Like basketball, I play a lot more basketball. I don't know if I like it more. I like track more than anything. But the sport, the game, I like track more than I like basketball and football. But the sport, I'm not watching. Like the sport of track is not structured properly. Like the NFL structured it perfectly. They grabbed them a 8 and made her a 10, right? Track is grabbing a 10 and making it a 6. And basketball right now is grabbing it a 9 and making it a 8. Kind of. Right. So you can see the difference. The game is here, but the sport, what y'all doing with it? And that matters. It's just like a song on the radio. If your song is getting spin after spin, first time you heard doom, 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 you were like, oh, Queen. Nah. All right, stop. Collaborate and listen. And then you're like, that's what they did to Queen? Okay. Whatever. And then that song went in so hard on rotation, and then you start realizing, oh, they did that. Vanilla Ice did that. That song is sick, right? And they just played it until you start saying and recognizing it's sick. So simple as that. All right, let's go and keep with the NFL. Let's go with the MVPs. Top week 17 plays from the MVP. We got 3 MVPs they're going to mention right here. We all know it's about Drake May, Trevor Lawrence, Josh Allen. Then there's a Matthew Stafford and Caleb Williams. Caleb Williams balling as well. So that's the top five. Drake May, what'd he do yesterday? Just 19 of 21, 256, and 5 titties. And then when he got his 5 titties, guess where he went? To the sideline. Put his shirt back on. 5 titties on the field. And then he said, if he was close to Matthew Stafford, he might get him. That's a sick performance. And they still got one more week. I don't know if he's playing or not. I don't know how that plays out. We'll see. Jags, Trevor Lawrence. Okay, he had him a day, too. Second rushing touchdown, 23 of 37, 263, 1 pick, 2 rushing scores, 26 yards on 8 carries. Now, not the best because he ain't even the passing touchdowns, but still got it in there. But they got the dub. They won, so you're going to feel good about it. But I don't think that closes anything in the MVP gap. Josh Allen, okay, 8 for 12, 97 yards, and 3 for 16. That didn't help you. Even though, it was a tight game. That didn't help you. Oh, my God. Yuck. Okay. Who else we got here? We got to go some Caleb Williams. Yep. 25 of 42, 330, 2 titties, no picky, no sacks, 100.3 rating. Okay? That sound like he balling. Sound like he closed the gap a little bit too, but not well enough. And we're going to see what Matthew Stafford does tonight because it's about that. Those 5. I think Stafford gets it. Like, look, Stafford goes out there and does anything tonight, they're going to give it to him. Drake May is just, how they think. They be like, oh, he young. Oh, he could get another one. He'll go again. That Dan Marino second year you were in the Super Bowl. It's okay, Dan, you lost. You'll be back. What? Never came back. Same thing happening with Drake May. I think they'd be like, if he's this good this early, then he'll get there again. They'd rather give it to the old and new in any tie-breaking situation. But I still think Matthew Stafford has a slight lead. Y'all tell me, beat it up in the comments. Yeah, let's talk about it. And they saying Tyler got more 300-yard games than Drake May. I hear you slightly, Chris. He out there balling. Real spit. And Tyler Shaw, without a doubt, the best rookie quarterback. Really? Without a doubt? Okay. Well, we'll see. Maybe we'll have that conversation. Maybe we will. Let's have this conversation right now. What's going on with Lane Kiffin? All right, you left LSU, but your staff, some of them are with you, some of them ain't with you. Ole Miss is still in the playoffs. What's cracking like a Maggin?
College football playoffs underway. Let's take it to Oxford, Mississippi. Number 6, Ole Miss in the first round with the win over Tulane. And they will move on to play Georgia in the Sugar Bowl.
Georgia?
The man who coached Ole Miss for the majority of the season's in the booth with us now, new LSU head coach Lane Kiffin.
Why y'all do this to Lane Kiffin? Got my man up there on defense. I mean, I like Lane, too, a lot. So, don't get me started on how much I think what he did nothing wrong to me. Like, How dare you be wanted? How dare you be that fine girl that everybody hollering at, and down they mad at how you let me down? Just like at the club. Oh, man, she tripping. Why? She ain't want to. She talking about she got a man, and then I saw her talking to this other dude. They mad at how you got let down. Man, she didn't even speak. So what? She ain't got to accept you. Like, Lane Kiffin just like, no, how else am I supposed to deal with this? And people on the inside say there ain't no comparing Ole Miss to LSU. People on the outside can say, oh, I see this and I see this and this looks good and this is good. And they both SEC. And you get it closer to it, you be like, oh, Nelly. Oh, Nelly. So y'all got Lane Kiffin on the nervous defense right now. But let him. I mean, I could get you. Wait a minute. You just asked me if I go out in the Rolls Royce versus if I go out in the Pinto, am I going to act any different? I know I'm supposed to say no. Hell yeah. I'm parking it.
It was a very intense.
Okay, let's get out of that. Blah, blah, blah. All right, no, let's not act like, now, we're not going to act like Ole Miss was getting, old barn hens. They wasn't getting the best of the best now. They were up there. They would have some 4 or 5 stars as well. But it's just a plethora. You know what that word means, plethora. You get all of them. LSU, you show up, you go to a high school, and you see an Ole Miss hat, and that's like, oh, that's the scout for the Ole Miss Rebels. Oh, everybody like, oh, dope. You show with an LSU hat, everybody like, yo, LSU here? What? That's going to be the best practice you see in high school sports, right? Oh, hey, how you doing, guys? Are you good? At the practice, it's like, which one of you guys is that 5-star recruit I came out here to see? Where you at? Where you at? Oh, that's you? Yeah, you know what? I thought it was you because you jumped off the field. Jumped off the screen when I was back in Baton Rouge, and now I'm here, boy. How's it going? You want to go down and get something to eat? Let's talk a little more if we can, right? Now, the rules apply to a lot of these coaches out here, but you and I, we got a special relationship. Let's go to Dennis. You like Dennis? They got Dennis down in Baton Rouge too, boy. And they be saying, boy, like, you be like, what do you mean, boy? You be like, what do you mean? Why you tripping? Boy? You like, they don't even mean it like we think they mean it. They mean like, but boy, I tell you. You be like, fucked. Oh, man, let it go. So, look, Lane Kiffin looked hella nervous. I don't know why. You've been in front of too many cameras. He do have that kind of like, he always got that, but that was a lot. And you know why? Because we done told him what he did he should be ashamed of. And they say, my therapist told me, the worst emotion to have in terms of haunting, everlasting emotion is shame. Once you're ashamed, you're always thinking people are always thinking something they ain't thinking. Think about it. Think about all the times you've been ashamed. You're like, damn, dog. I remember in the 8th grade, I got beat up and the dude broke my nose. He was my homeboy, though. So the only reason I don't really care, like he broke my nose and all that, because he was my homeboy. Turned out not to be so much, but he still is. Good dude. I still see him. Shout out to Brian Bimbo. But he was my homeboy. But I threw a basketball the whole length of the court and it hit him dead in the head. Imagine that, 94 feet. Ah! So we run around. I'm like, you ain't going to catch me. I just won the nationals in track. He fast too, but he ain't catching me. But whatever. And then finally I was just like, he my homeboy. So after you run about 5 minutes, you be like, all right, man, stop playing. What's up, boy? I turn around with the 180 dap like, my bad, big dog. I'm sorry, man. And he turned around with the Anthony Joshua to your Jake Paul face. Broke. So I had shame. The doctor said stay home for a few days and then go back to school. I stayed home for like 2 weeks because I was ashamed. And then when I went back, immediately everybody, the school bus driver, the person in homeroom, the custodian, opening up the fence for the day of school, everybody I thought was looking at my nose. And most people weren't. And then some people were. So shame. When you got a shame, when we told Lane Kiffin, you did something wrong. So now he goes everywhere and you can just see all this nervousness and Lane, you winning, dog. I'm here to tell you the real. I'm that homeboy like, look, you winning. Don't trip. It's wild out there. All right. Let's go. People are saying, oh, man. Curtis McBride, what'd you say? Ula, Wiley, it's 9 in Rhode Island, 6 where you at. Why you so happy this early? Dog, you must not know me very well. I don't sleep that much, and more importantly, I love life. I don't care what's beating me up. I'm going to always have a higher vibration than the average bear because I'm really grateful. I don't know. If you walk around with gratitude, man, what you complaining about? Like, money is something that we all need and we all want a lot of. But at the same time, if your money acting funny, oh, well, it's just money. It comes and goes. I don't come and go. My life doesn't come and go. Being 51 and 1 month this day doesn't come and go. Like, I ain't wasting the day talking about tomorrow. Nope. So that I just got an attitude, like a mental attitude and mentality that I ain't letting it be. All right. I love my life because I know I've seen life taken. I've seen life cut short. Do you? Like, don't forget that. Everybody remembers it when they see somebody die or they go, go to a funeral or a sudden scare or you almost did something. You're like, oh, snap, oh. Don't forget it. Don't just be like, oh, yeah, I escaped it. No. That's how you live a happy life. Be grateful for the damn breath you have. Simple as that. All right, speaking of being grateful, Myles Garrett is grateful that he's in this sack race, but he's saying that Pittsburgh maybe did a little too much to make sure he didn't break that record. Let's hear it.
To an extent, I feel like they were more worried about keeping me away from Aaron than getting the win. And I think that's what came back to bite them. So they'll have to fight it out with Baltimore next week. But I'm just proud of the guys for fighting and getting this win. That's the main thing. And I'm always going to keep it that. To an extent,
Woo! It just got real in that press conference in the most lighthearted way. He just like, look, y'all put so much attention, so much focus on me that maybe it handicapped what you could do. Now, that's a half truth. They did double team him. They did triple team him. And even coach said, like, Mike Tomlin was like, what's different? Like, every time we play that dude, we going to double team him. We going to triple team him. Like, what's different? Because he's going to break the sack record? Nah. You know what it was? It was real simple. They missed DK Metcalf. They couldn't throw the ball. They couldn't extend the field. The field started to shrink on them. Simple as that. And that's what happens typically when you're in the goal line or the red zone, like how small the field is when you're down there in the money area. That money area was the whole field because DK Metcalf wasn't there. Oh, God. On top of the stupidity of like almost risking $45,555,000 because your guarantees were null and void, but they said they still going to rock with you. And yesterday proved that they need to rock with you because you're a different animal. Aaron throws a beautiful deep ball still. We know that. And then he didn't have his deep ball threat. And threat doesn't mean DK always catching them. You just got to put some respect on the offense. Put some respect on his name. And when you don't respect, an offense can beat you deep. You start to inch and creep closer to the line of scrimmage, making those passing lanes, the short and intermediate lanes, tougher, and more importantly, harder to run the ball. Right? Simple as that. But Garrett, look, he always going to get double and triple team. I think this was a way for him to kind of feel. Half of it is true, but he's always going to get double and triple team. So that's not so true. Like if we did a next gen analysis, I guarantee you're not going to see a crazy amount of doubles and triple teams compared to normal for him. I guarantee you that. But what he didn't catch is since DK wasn't there, they were like, we got to do a lot. They should have did a lot more quick throws, and they tried, but execute them. What Garrett was feeling like, I couldn't get the sack, all this attention, and then I look up, y'all not scoring, and y'all not the same team as typical. We thought you guys were better than this. Y'all should have beat us. Oh, the reason you didn't is because you gave me all this attention. And this is why it's important if you're a DN that sacks is not the only thing. Like, this is why – if you look at somebody who's a pass rusher, even though you measure them by sacks, pressures matter, forced fumbles matter. Also, just the fact that what it takes to block you, right? How much energy do you consume? How much of this offensive playbook do we have to consume and spend towards you? Like, even if you don't get a sack, smart people in the building will be like, yo, look what we got to do. Look at all we got to do to stop this dude. Simple as that. So if you Myles Garrett, I know it feels a little weird. You didn't break the sack record, but in reality, dog, they will block you the same way. You're a dog. You're going to always get that. What game have you been in and you just got single block? Like, who's this guy? Who's this Myles Garrett? Nah, they don't do that to you. Now, when it doesn't work out and the team is better than you and you're like, so much attention and pressure was on you for that day, you might misread it. But if DK was there, I'm just saying, you might have broke the sack record because he would have stayed there to hold the ball longer to throw the deep ball. See how it all connects? You thinking you ain't getting a sack, I'm double the triple team. They never do that. Yes, they actually do. Oh, yeah, they do. But this time they were throwing it quicker because they didn't have the deep threat. Oh, in the press conference. You know what I'm saying? So I just wanted to clarify that it ain't always that. It ain't always like that's what people do in this world, and they complain with racism and victimhood. They always think that this world is sitting there saying, nah, we trying to mess it up for you. The world don't care about you. The world care about it. It don't care about you. Ain't nobody sitting there like, look, Myles Garrett, we care about you. But we always care about you. So why are you acting like this is brand new? It's kind of weird. So beat it up in the comments. And let me know what's going on. Who is this Curtis McBride? The crazy thing about comments is I got to read them in real time, and then sometimes I'm like, what did I just read? That's why I like you. I'm a poor, happy 54-year-old black man living on an island with well-off people, and they not happy. Hopefully I rub off on them. Keep up the good work. Oh, that's dope, Curtis McBride. Yeah, happiness, it's a misnomer that it's attached to your wallet. I thought it was too. Trust me. Growing up, I was like, as soon as I get some money, everything gonna be fixed. My family gonna be happy. Mommy gonna be pumped. Everybody gonna move in a new house. Everybody gonna have a new car. Everybody gonna have their new smiles. That's gonna be deeper. No. It doesn't work that way. Last night, my family's in Canada, so I'm at the crib. And last night, I was like, yo, a house ain't jack. Like, a house ain't nothing. I mean, look. As long as you got a roof over your head, you're good. But look, we obviously want better houses, bigger houses. You know, everybody does. But a home, like where you got kids running around and you're like, put that down. And then you got another kid showing you their first drawing and you're like, oh, that's so cute. And then you know it's ugly. And then you got another kid over there that's in the backyard say, Daddy, I made 12 free throws in a row. And you're like, you know, like that. When you lose that, I don't care what house you got. You can hear the water going through the valves in your house because it's so quiet, ain't nobody there. It's a different animal, right? Well, speaking of a new house, how about the big house? How about Kyle Whittingham, new coach, Michigan?
Coach, every coach has expectations no matter where they are. How do you think they'll be different here at Michigan than what you faced before?
Well, Michigan here is playoffs. I mean, you got to get to the playoffs. That's our expectation. That's my expectation. You know, Big Ten championship. You know, obviously we'll get you to the playoffs, but if you can get to that 10-win mark, that usually is a pretty good indicator that you will be in the playoffs, especially when they expand, which is going to happen at some point soon. And so that's the bar. I mean, the University of Michigan, how can it be any different than that?
And just to be clear, do you dislike Ohio State, or is that something you have to learn how to do?
I do now, I guess, but but like I said, I followed them for quite a while. Me and Urban were on the same staff at Utah. I was his defense coordinator, so there was a real tight bond there, and I followed his career and obviously stayed in touch throughout the course of his career and had great success there. But now I'm on the right side of the deal now. So, yeah.
Ain't that crazy? Just like blah blah blah. Just like when you move neighborhoods, all of a sudden you live in 60s hood. You're like, oh, guess I'm Crip affiliated. And then you move, and all of a sudden your family's like, no, we got to move over here. And you're over there by them Inglewood families. You're like, all these Bloods? It's like your loyalty is based on where you are, right? You know what I mean? Yo, I'm from New York, son. I love East Coast rap. Beyond me, you don't know about that rock here, boy. You know what I'm saying? Then you come to L.A. Oh, smack. Yo, Ice Cube dope. You know what I mean? Oh, man, it's crazy. So I love the loyalty that immediately comes. Even though we all know it's a game and it's an act. Like, Kyle Whittingham going home like, man, I'm just about to coach. Like, y'all ain't got to make me hate nobody to love to coach. You ain't got to make me hate them to make me want to run up the score on them. Like, but we all play into that because the fanfare. But what is he going to do? How insane. I can't wrap my head around how insane it is that they have a coach that they don't really want, but they like, whatever, he good enough. He really stabilized the program after Jim Harbaugh left. He took the fall, blah, 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 whatever. Y'all don't really rock with him, though. Y'all in that relationship where, you know, it's coming to an end. You're like, all right, this ain't going to work, but this is still safe. This is still security. And then, but you're going out, and when you're going out, you kind of seeing what's out there. You're like, yo, oh, man, I'm going to have to break up because if it's like this, man, it's cracking. And typically normally what happens is you go home, you start that fight so you can finally end it. Y'all break up because y'all been breaking up for a long time, and it's over. And then you go back out and you're like, same spot next week, let's go. And you show up and it is nothing but gerbils. It's just nothing but booger wolves. It ain't no cutie in sight. Then you be like, damn, I left my girl for this wolf. Ain't no heat. And then the 3 girls that's fine in there, somebody from the NBA is already in there. And good luck with that. So you be like, oh. This always happened when I was dating. I would literally be in a relationship and go to the grocery store and be like, I just went to a Miss America pageant. I was like, these are the finest girls I've ever seen. You know, you go to Whole Foods or something, you're like, what? You used to speak and being nice. You're like, hey, how you doing? She's like, oh, hey, how's it going? You're like, ah. And then you find yourself single. You're like, I'm going to Whole Foods. Shoot. Go up in Whole Foods and there'll be that lady again. She'll be like, excuse me, baby. Can you hand me those Cheetos up there? My walker won't let me let it go. You be like, man, look. Ain't that weird how it goes like that? It's wild out here in these streets. Okay. Beat up in the comments. Let me know what you're thinking. And we're going to get into this topic. Y'all all talk about NIL. Everybody talking about transfer portal. People don't talk about the consequences, the bad side, the negatives. We're going to talk about it. But first, Chris is asking himself, VS I can't hardly believe they still start Aaron. He hasn't won a championship in well over a decade. Well, Chris, some quarterbacks haven't won a championship ever, and they still start. Are you reading what you write, or are you just writing and then going to read it? Like, what that got to do with life? So you wouldn't have started Jim Kelly all them years? Oh, no. He ain't won a championship yet. He keep losing in the Super Bowl. Every time he goes to Super Bowl, he lose. Bench him. He went 4 times in a row. Come on, man. Read what you write. Morning, Marcellus. This is from Mark Salas. Happy Monday to you, and God bless all your listeners. I just want to say I love your show. I'm a Packer fan, but my pops was a diehard Cowboy fan. Keep up the good work. What's up, Mark? Love, brother. Appreciate you. And it's amazing that you still like me after that Cowboy year I had. Tell Pops, respect, rest in peace. But my pops was. Yeah, sorry, man. Sorry for your loss if I'm reading that properly. I lost my mom, too. My dad's a Cowboy fan. He's 77. He was over the other day. My God, my daddy is crazy. My daddy doesn't care about nothing but football, sports. He loves me, but he loves football. And every time I tell him something, he's like, so, hey, how your hip doing? I was like, Daddy, it's getting better and stronger every day. He's like, man, good enough to be on these Cowboys? Nah, you don't want to go back to them. They stink. And then he just takes that into a whole NFL conversation. He don't care about my hip. He just wanted to get to the NFL talk. I was like, damn, Daddy. Well, let's get into some NIL talk, shall we?
So I say to you, if a kid transfers 4 times, is he going to graduate from that school?
Nope.
There's no way. You can't graduate. So now you're going to be done playing without a college degree. You have no ties to the last school you went to where they feel that you're from Arkansas, you played here, we're here, you're going to have opportunity. That's done. You're offered $55,000 in your first job, and you go, what? $55,000? Do I have to show up? Are they going to, you got me an apartment, right, or a car? I mean, I'm worried about mental health. Mental health. Look, I've been poor. And you know what's worse than being poor? Coming across some money and then being poor again.
Woo,
That's the worst. That's probably why I'm cheap, because I'm not going back there. But So my thing is, and I've been pushing this, you can transfer once without penalty. Because you picked the wrong school, the coach lied to you, there was another player that came that you didn't know about, one time. And after that, you got to sit. Because what do you think they're transferring for? Somebody help me here. Why are they say it? That's it. It isn't because they're mad at this or that. I can extort you, and if you don't give it to me, I'm going over here. If we cure that, I've been saying it for 5 years, no one listens to me. My dog, I call him, he runs the other way. My wife doesn't listen to me, no one listens. If we cure the transfer rule, 70% of our problems go away. We can deal with all the other stuff.
Blah, blah, blah. Drop some jewels there. Some food for thought right there. What y'all think? Let's get into this. Now, one, he's absolutely correct in terms of if you have something and lose it, it's worse when you lost it, right? It's worse to not have it. No. It's worse to lose it, right? I grew up without having it. I ain't think nothing of it because it was an absolute world. Everything I knew was of poverty, so whatever. Now, to get some money, and then you making money, and I was making crazy money at times, like 2, 3 commas, whatever the hell that means. A lot of money, get an 8-digit check, and then you wake up one day and you looking at your account and you're like, now nothing is being deposited. It's all withdrawals, and you start seeing that number go down, even though you got good investments. You're like, I still got to live, and then you're like, oh, no. Whatever that is, that's worse. And then it can go all the way bad where you could crash out and go back to where you started. So he's right. Nothing worse than growing up without it or having none of it than to have it and to lose it. But let's talk about the NIL. Man, it's something about that rule that he proposes that I don't like, but I love. I love free market. I love free will. I'm like, your volition, whatever you want to do. If you want to go to 9 schools in 4 years, all things considered, go ahead. I would never do that. I would never let my son or daughter do that. But if you want to, who am I to stop you? It may work on the 8th, 9th school. But at the same time, what is it going to do to you? What is it showing you, telling you about yourself? Everywhere you go, there you are. You chasing something. Are you ever going to find it? And if you don't find it, who are you to yourself, your identity, your mental health, like he said? Because these cats going to go from making, 100-some thousand here, NIL here, NIL here, NIL here. And then all y'all ain't going to make it. We got a topic on that. Everybody doesn't make it. I'm going to show you the NFL numbers. It's crazy. And when you don't make it, what happens then? Matter of fact, I'm going to bring that up. What happens when you don't make it? Then, what are you going to do? Huh? And you're like, what? And then you're going to have to go get a real job. And then you're going to look at a real job like it's the worst thing in the world. You're not prepared. Like you failed. No, most people have real jobs. When you want to look at the world, you want to look at the median, you want to look at the average, most people are there. And you feel like a failure because you had an opportunity, a rare opportunity. But in that rare opportunity, you shouldn't look at it like it's going to be there forever. And these kids have to look at it that way because they are kids. Ain't no 19-year-old preparing for life the same as a 40-year-old, right? Or whatever John Calipari is, whatever age that is. And we need to just give a little better guidance and support to them. But I don't know about if that comes in rule, Like, I don't mind you making your money. I just mind you spending it all because right now you're too immature to know what that money is really valued at, right? You really don't know the value of money. So that's why annuity, something that, you can save away and put into a savings account, whatever you want to do, just don't let them have it all at 18. And some of them are not well equipped with the proper parental advice. Parents were broke and now they're using you as a lotto ticket. You hit, everybody's spending it up. Just that. That's the only thing. But I can't put no rules on you. And that sounds like a rule. I'm telling you what to do with your money. But at the same time, when they hit the real world shouldn't be a landing spot where you feel defeated. It's a real it's called the real world because you still got a real opportunity in this world to do what you got to do. And do you know the wealthiest people in the world are not athletes? They're not. And if you don't believe me, go get the Forbes list. Go get the Forbes 400, Forbes 100. Grab any of them hundreds and look and guess how many athletes you're going to see. 3, 4, 2 of them former. You're going to see LeBron. You see Tiger Woods. Is he still an athlete? Then you're going to see Magic, Roger Staubach, Mr. Beast. Most of the money ain't no athletes, so stop going into the real world all beat up, all defeated, because you couldn't play no more sports. Man, come on. I get it. Look, trust me. I love sports more than I love the real world. Trust that. That's why my real house has a locker room in it, damn it. You know how much I miss ball. I'm like, I gotta create the right mojo and spirit. But in all seriousness, we can't let these kids just entertain us and we don't educate them. That's where I'm seeing the rope not being held on both ends right there. So let's get into that topic real quick. I want to just show y'all this. This is the odds of making it in the NFL, okay? This everyone has seen this, I hope. But I don't know if they ever update it, but it still drives home the point. High school football players, there are over a million high school football players. And don't believe me, just drive around the corner. And you're going to see 2 high school fields. You're going to be like, damn, it's crazy, right? And then how many seniors? 310,000. And then how many become football players in college? 70,000. And then how many are freshmen playing? Look at that drop-off rate. And then how many percent of high school players to the NCAA? 6.5%. How many seniors? 15,000. Wait a minute. We had 70,000, and then the war of attrition done knocked that down to 15,000 in 4 years. Maybe they're getting ready for the real world. And then how many are scouted by the NFL? 6,500. How many invited to the combine? 350. Damn. How many drafted by the NFL? 256. So everybody at the combine ain't even going to get drafted. Damn. How many rookies making the team? 300. What percent of players go from college to the NFL? 1.6%. Oh, you the one? 0.6%? All right. I believe you. NFL players reaching year 4, 150. That's out of 2,000 players. 150. Most of them gone in 3 years. Real world. 2014, damn, this old. NFL minimum salary, $420. That's way higher now. But the point, it's like $1 million now. But point being, so look at these numbers before. Income after taxes, if you got $420, $252. So let's say that the same, it's all like $500,000. If you're lucky enough to be one of the 6.5% to go and become a college football player and one of the 1.5% of the group to make it to the NFL, you'll be lucky to get 3 years out of it. At a minimum salary, you won't make enough to live on for the rest of your life. Y'all hear me? You won't make enough to live on for the rest of your life. Your college education, it has in bold. What's going on to provide for you? What's going to provide for you and your family after football is over? Your college education. Or any education, right? Even that's morphed since 2014. I see more and more people saying I'm going to opt out of the college route because of the deficit that you start off in the real world, paying all those student loans, et cetera. I don't want $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 worth of student loans to just be digging myself out of at a $55,000 a year salary at a real world job. And that's a real ass conversation. It's just real out here. So beat up in the comments. Let me know what you guys are thinking. But these itty bitties that are jumping, playing Frogger, going to every school thinking it's going to fix them, you got to fix it. Wherever you are, try your best to fix it, okay? Just make sure the reason you're leaving is a reason because you can't stay. It's always a reason to leave, but have they given you a reason where you can't stay? Damn, that was deep. Why? Because I almost transferred from Columbia to Cal because I was going to go to Cal initially out of high school. But then the coach left and went to Arizona State. And then he went there. I was like, I'm sorry, sir. I love the party too, but I can't do that. I got to go somewhere where the academic reputation, say what you want, is high. I don't want people to say, oh, you went to the party school. I want people to say, big dude, black dude from Compton. Oh, you smart. I don't care if it's real or not. I just want them to say it. So I was like, Cal says that. Arizona State doesn't say that. Columbia does, even though I got to take a drop in football. Then I'm at Columbia. I'm starting to play well. All of a sudden, I'm like, let me go test this out. Let's go to the big schools. All my boys were at Cal anyway. Shout out to my boy Nail B. And I was like, I'm going up there, right? Got close. Start sending some paperwork and start going back and forth. I started to. Then I was like, hold on. Something slapped me. Something slapped me, and then somebody slapped it into me. Jackie Blackett, my godmom, she was like, did you finish what you started here? Did you complete what you came here for? And I was like, ooh, I'm about to cry right now. I was like, oh, no, I didn't. Not on the field, not off the field, not in the class, nowhere. It was just a big incomplete. And I was going to run away. And she was like, okay. And that made me go home and think. I was like, why did I go to Columbia for real? I was like, the school, the reputation, like everybody just thinks you're smart. It just is. You got a Rolls Royce, nobody think you broke. I'm riding up in a Bugatti. You ain't saying, oh, man, he's struggling. You're like, damn, he got that? So I was like, I need that diploma. I need it. 2, it's in New York City. I was like, I'm going to go to where now? Go to what city? I'm in New York City. I'm from L.A. Ain't no better city. And then I was like, the last part, I was like, dog, we still sorry in football. I'm supposed to be the dude. If I'm somebody, make this something. And y'all know how it went. I said, nah, I ain't transferring. I'm staying. And we going. And we went. We went there. Shout out to all my teammates, man. We went there. Oh, we got fresh. We got real fresh. And we got really good. I love it. All right, beat it up in the comments. Let's see what y'all talking about. King Juju got an interesting perspective. NIL is a great financial head start. Okay, I love it. That's true. Chris says, Mars so deep. I love it. Yeah, I need to become a preacher or something. I think I'm in the wrong lane just talking sports. I need to talk something else. I told y'all the last couple of shows I want to do politics because I think too many people are they get riled up when they do politics. I don't get riled up. I'm kind of like, what is it, Scott Jennings? He's kind of like that. When they be going at him, he just be like, yeah, that's not true. I've seen him go get hot some, but I would be like, you done yelling at me? Okay, now let's talk about this policy. I would love to do that, right? So let's talk about that. Beat it up in the comments, all you guys. Curtis McBride says they want the easiest route. Yeah, I mean, look, every human being wants the easiest route. That's why it's so important to have a mama and daddy at home. More importantly, you better have your daddy to tell you tough stuff, rough stuff. Because a daddy will tell you sit down. A daddy will tell you sit your ass down. Mama could do that too, but it hit different. And even if it hit the same, you need that balance in that. Because then when a daddy is stern on you, it's expected. When a daddy's compassionate on you, you're going to go to the next level. Right? Your daddy's the same one that told you, hey, them boys are going. You're not going to that party. You staying home tonight. You staying home. And then you hear that party got shot up or they start fighting or them kids got in trouble or they got in an accident. You say, and then your dad hugs you. He say, I love you too much to let you go everywhere, do anything. Okay? We got to have some boundaries here. The best. Okay? It's the best. Well, let's talk about boundaries because some people want to expand the boundaries. Boy, I'm over here transition king right now. Snoop Dogg doesn't like this playoff system. He's like, 12 teams? What? You know we need more than 12, fool. Let's get 24, homie.
All right, now that we have those picks in, if you were the commissioner, what would you change?
The first thing I would change is, think about basketball, right? NCAA. It's 64 teams that make the playoffs, right? Yep. And it's always exciting. You never know what's going to happen. I would add 24. I would go 24, take 2 games out, get all that championship stuff out of the way, and go 24 teams into the season, get cracking and see who's going to win it all.
Really?
Yeah, because it'd be too many teams on the outskirts that don't get that shot, that they always crying and complaining. Mm-hmm. And when it gets to this time of the season, you really start to understand who are the elite teams, but some of the elite teams' records don't reflect that. They became elite as they got moving. Yep. So if you had 24, then there's no excuse. You're going to let everybody get in, those who ain't supposed to be and those who are supposed to be. Then it's going to be upset and Cinderella things happening, which that's what March Madness is beautiful. Yep. Because you don't know what can happen. A 16 seed could beat a 1 seed. So I feel like more teams, 24 at the max, makes it a 2-week experience.
That's a lot of football, though.
It is, but take the championships out. Take all of that big this championship game, cut them out and just go straight to this.
But how do you feel, too, about like teams like Tulane and James Madison getting in and then getting blasted like that?
That's what I mean. It could have been, what I'm trying to say is,
like Notre Dame, right.
The teams that need Notre Dame and all them that should have been in there didn't get in there because their conference and all that. No, not the conference. Just put the 24 best teams in there and let them get cracked. Then it's going to go from 24 to 12, then 12 to 6, then 6 to 2, and then it's over.
Then we got one.
Blah, blah, blah. Oh, I love it. I love how the math went 24-12, 12 to 6, 6 to 2. Well, whatever. That round went weird. The point being, Snoop right on some degree. In some fashion, I see that scenario. I do like the team that gets hot late and is a big team. It is a team that's worthy, that we know that can hang, and they balling now. Even though they got them losses, let's see them. But it's hard to reimagine college football like that. It's easy to see that in college basketball. It's one game. In college basketball, you're not always seeing the best team. You're seeing the hottest team. I think in football, we want to see the best team. The best team means they handle business from August all the way through. So ask yourself, you want the hottest team or the best team? Because college basketball is not always answering the best team. All them teams got 3 losses, 4 losses, 7 losses, whatever. They don't care. So it's almost like we're going to make you care later because we're going to let all you guys in. And if you are in, now let's see if you want it. Well, that's not college football. We like, you better want it from hello. This going to cost you. So I don't want to take away the urgency of the regular season by now allowing everybody to get welfare, and there's 24 teams in there. Then I'm like, do you know who was 24 this year? Like, who's 24 ranked? Let's just look that up real quick. Let me get my DJ Academic song. He does that a lot. I love when he does it too. 24 in NCAA. Let's do this. Let's do it like Academics does. NCAA top 25. All right. Indiana. All right, let's go to down. We want to go low. Look at Snoop. He want to see Georgia Tech. Even though I just watched them the other day play. It wasn't that bad. Here we go. Maybe. North Texas? Really? This is just dusty down here. From like James, Tulane, skip Michigan. I don't care what Michigan doing. I like to see them. I want to see that. But then right here, Tulane, UVA in a bowl. Man, come on, man. Like, come on now. Arizona, come on now. See, we don't went too far. We don't went so far that people had to write articles like this. John Fanta writes, Cinderella exists in college basketball, but not college football. The committee has no rhyme or reason to what they're doing. That's my issue with the playoff. Right. And you ain't going to get a Cinderella out of football. Oh, my God, they came out of nowhere. And look, I can't believe it. Georgia Tech is the national champions in football. You be like, I watched all these games all this year to say Georgia Tech is the best? Right? Georgia Tech had a run before. Who was there, that quarterback in their team? They had a little run before, but I don't know how to fix it. Beat it up in the comments. I don't know how to fix it. I think they're going to expand. I think Snoop has heard the same thing I heard. I heard 24 as well. And I think even Kirk Herbstreit said it. If somebody is putting out some real information that 24 is the number. We'll see. I know that the voting is happening this offseason, so they may go to 16. They may go to 24. I don't know. They skip a step. Let's see it. All right, beat it up in the comments. Let's see what y'all talking about. Red Beard Runner says, I get scheduling cupcake teams during the year, but you could easily sub in these games at the end and have more conference games during the season. Yeah, you could just play conference games. So it could be an 8-9 game schedule. Then them other 4, nah, we getting into the tourney, homie. I mean, that's like the NBA Cup, how the NBA Cup flipped their season, kind of like right here. Let's go. Little tourney. Just have some fun. So the college football could say 9 games. Now the other 3, tourney. Then we have 2 more later. Y'all got 5 end of the season, the last 5 games of the season, 14 total. Last 5, y'all going for that natty. I ain't mad at that. Tell me if you guys are mad at anybody who supports Donald Trump or anyone who tries to explain those who support Donald Trump, because Stephen A. Smith is going to take that rare walk, that plank walk between 2 skyscrapers and try to explain Donald Trump. Before I do that, I got to give some love to the super chats. Shout out to King Toussaint, who said players should have the same freedom as coaches when it comes to leaving schools. The risk of failure is part of life. I love that. Yeah, if he makes that rule, Calipari makes that a rule, that rule has to also be for the coaches. It can't just be for the players. So I assumed he meant that. But if he did, yeah, great pickup, great point. And also you said King Toussaint. King Toussaint is – he out here eating, y'all. He's spending that money. Spend that money like King Toussaint. Thank you, big dog. They should make FBS football like European football and have relegation. I don't watch enough of that football over there. Is that really interesting how they set it up over there? I don't know. Tell me. Beat it up in the comments. Let's go, Stephen A. Try to explain Trump. Good luck. You better duck.
I told him with Trump, let it go. What you trying to put him in jail for? They did everything they could to prevent him from being the president. Trump ain't going after these people, man, because of the election. He going after these people because they tried to get him to spend the rest of his life in fucking prison. He approaching 80 years old and you tried to throw him behind bars. He coming. Like, wait a minute. You motherfuckers smiled in my face. You coming to my casinos. You coming to the hotel. Y'all all know we all sportsmen. We saw Trump at all the sporting events. We were all cool with him. We weren't calling him racist then. So it's like he looking at it and he going like, yo, these motherfuckers trying to put me in prison. They ain't trying to get me. Like, okay, January 6th, insurrection, all of that. Fine. All right, I leave. Y'all, y'all confirm Biden gonna be your president. I'm out. And you still coming for me. You trying to throw me in prison. The charges in New York. And what was the charge in New York? Oh, let's remind ourselves of this. 34 felony counts and all of this shit. It came down to $130,000 that he spent in hush money to a prostitute, a porn star, the porn star, Stormy Daniels or whatever her name is. So I'm going like this. Yeah, it's a little more complicated than that, but we simplify shit in the streets. All right? So he was fucking around with a porn star. And he wanted to keep her mouth shut. So it didn't ruin his chances at the election in 2016. And y'all trying to tell me that ain't normal? Seriously? So none of y'all, I guess John Edwards, when he had the baby out of wedlock and he tried to hide it and get caught, he didn't try to bail. I guess Gary Hart, when he had the mistress on the boat in the 80s, he didn't get caught.
Sold the chair in Chicago.
There you go. What about Clinton in the Oval Office? Clinton in the Oval Office.
Wiener.
Who the hell was volunteer?
Wiener.
Wiener.
Blah, blah, blah. We have an adult show here, so that means we have real conversations, real talks about real things that are happening and things that are keeping people away. So I know that a lot of people don't want to talk politics, and I don't talk politics. I ain't talking about what you're voting for in your policy. I'm not going there. I'm talking about how the fact that you don't want to hear some things, and you're a grown-ass adult. I don't want to hear about that. I don't want to talk about that. I want to go there. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Because if you don't go there, there's two ways to go to the same place in terms of you not having the full liberty and freedom you deserve in life. One is if you start lying. When you lie, it's not just you got to keep up with the lie. That's just so you don't get caught. But what a lie makes, the worst thing about a lie is not even that. It's the fact that it shrinks your world because you're lying. And the truth is abundant. The truth is everywhere. It's real. Right? Gravity is real. Breathing is real. Once you get out of that energy and you start lying, you are in a small little box. You got to be in this small little space where you can't be real. You can't be true. That makes you smaller. You know, you've told a lie before. They've been around people and be like, you ain't speaking as much. You ain't saying as much. You're trying to sit on your hands. It's a bad thing. And another way you get there is just not speaking on it at all. Right? You get into a place where you're like, I don't want to hear that. You know, I don't like him. I don't want to hear it. You don't like a lot of him. You don't like a little of him. You don't like what they show of him. You don't even know him to not like him. And I'm not even saying this for Donald Trump. I'm saying this for anybody you don't like. Talk about your boy. I'm talking about your boy Keith down at the plant. You know, Keith, he's crazy. Talk to Keith. Be pleasant with Keith. Because if not, you make your world smaller. So now you hate Keith so much you can't speak to Keith. Now, if he crossed that line, I hear you. But it's usually ain't that. It's just usually, I'm done with him. I don't want to talk to him. You know how you act when you're around Keith? You can't notice him. You can't speak to him. You act like you didn't hear that joke he just said. That was funny. You act like he ain't there. You walk away. You try to act like ignore him. When you ignore someone, you pay attention to them more because you're like, they right there. I can't look over there. Damn it, they right there. Now I can't look over there. Yo, life too short to be hating somebody, man. It's so crazy. So anyway, let's bring it in and bring it home to what Stephen A. Smith is talking about. because everybody knows this is real and it's kind of crazy. I ain't talking about the hush money and all that. Yeah, high society, you pay a lot of money to stay high in society. Yeah, because you get sued all the time. You get false allegations all the time. Not saying they don't get true allegations too, but you get a lot of fake ones because people just see you, the ambulance chasers everywhere, right? And I told you the story of my ambulance chase and the Rolls Royce, and people like, all of a sudden they hurt. I'm like, I've been lied on so many times, I just be laughing. I'm like, damn, I only got $5. Imagine if I had billions. I'd be like, dog, people know if you got money, if you're accessible to a lie, that means I could pin this lie on you. You're going to get some lawsuits. You're going to get some BS. And I'm not even going to go that lane with Trump. I'm going to go the lane where people act like Trump wasn't fashion. He wasn't cool. You know, as Stephen A. said, the streets. You know what I mean? He wasn't one like somebody you wanted to rock with. So I tell the story in short. I remember going to New York back to visit Columbia and see my boys. They stayed there. My best friend still lived in New York, Wall Streeters, right? Executives. And this is like, I don't know, 2010, 2011, before the political Trump. And this is when you could say Trump's name aloud and people be like, oh yeah, for real? What? What'd he do? Where'd you see him? Right? So anyway, I'm going to my boy. He's a member at Trump, New Jersey. And he's like, let's go golf. And I'm like, all right, let's go. So we show up. He's a member there, and I'm better than him because I've been playing golf since I was 5, even though he can play better now because he plays a lot. I don't play a lot, but I got muscle memory. Anyway, so we out there, we at the putting green, 2010, whatever. I'm over here knocking them because I know I got muscle memory. I'm good at golf. I'm really good at golf. Anyway, and guess who was right there? Donald Trump, real spit. And I'm like, damn, I'm at Trump, and that's Donald Trump. And he was like, hey, guys. And we was like, hey, what's up, man? I don't know. It was like Rory was saying hi and shaking hand. You know, that members shake a hand. They shake hands different. Oh, yeah, good to see you. Oh, yeah, I seen you around here. I'm not here that much. Oh, yeah. Then it's like, we about to go get something to eat. You want to get something to eat? I'm like, yeah, shoot. I'm winning this putting contest. Might as well get a prize out of it. And sat down, we ate on their tab. Not bad to me. Now, after that, he said, I might see you guys out there, might catch up with you guys, but I don't know. We're like, we don't know either. All right, man, take care. Peace. That was the end of that. Tell that story back in 2010, people like, oh, for real, you met him? Oh, he cool? What did he look like? He big? You know what I mean? Like, stupid stuff. Now, that's all I want to say. Now, y'all can beat it up in the comments. Why is, and then you can have great reasons, but I just don't understand it. I don't understand when people think someone's a pariah and all this stuff. I'm like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. All right, let's go. Curtis McBride says Trump was a hood king back in the day. Oh, yeah, you ain't got to tell me. I never will let somebody tell me that people didn't love that dude until he ran into politics. And then all of a sudden, uh-oh. And then people get mad at you because you, like, defending him. Or I'm stating a matter of fact. Did you see Fat Joe? Did you see Jada Kiss sitting there saying, yeah, you're like Jada Kiss, yeah, he used to be real good with everybody. Like, you know what I mean? Fat Joe, like that's why I told you I want to get into politics. People with high IQs typically don't do it. There is a Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, President Obama, but most people don't want to do it. Why? Because they're going to beat you up and lie about you. Simple as that. Or they're going to find out everything you've done. Just imagine the worst 5 things you've done in your life. And probably 4, if not all 5, no one knows. And then they put that front page. Now, you going to run for mayor? No justification, just an explanation. That's how the situation goes. So let's see how it goes over here. What we got next? See, this is what happens whenever I bring up this topic, it's so divisive. This is what happens. You really see stuff like this. I thought that I could just bring it up and be at peace. Nah, this is how people really want to act when you do it. Look at that.
Oh, hell yeah.
I don't want to hear these N-words. They start N-wording to death. I'm good. Y'all ain't rappers. I deal with it when it's a rapper. When it's just a regular fan, man, if you don't get my face. How you get dusted from the field? Look how many yards the field is away. They really fighting. Who got kicked out? Who got fined? What the hell? I got to see the beginning again. Yeah. Who won that one? Oh, God, Lord. Oh, good for him. Oh, we found a good Samaritan. I found somebody I like. Who is this guy? 22. I like him. He ain't throwing punches and sucker punches. Good for him. First of all, smart of him. He knows that cameras are rolling. I ain't no time to show no fake-ass loyalty. I may get traded tomorrow. They had it. All right. Ooh, Giant won that one. Ooh, he really won. Patton, god dang. Oh, he won. Oh, he could have stomped him and he didn't. Okay, good for you. Good for you. How the hell you get mollywopped way over there, though? That's weird. What were they fighting over? I didn't even see all that. Well, I'd rather them in football do that and then see this in basketball, because this in basketball is getting annoying. Ain't this crazy? So, y'all don't know what's going on? Somebody called him Westbrook. Probably this guy right here. And he ain't even getting up until they get him up. Why do you get these fancy seats? And this is the moment you want to act like you could play basketball, but you just didn't want to. Right? Look, you're getting look. You first of all, you got on your fresh, I don't know what that is, Pierre Cardin. You got on your Jordashes. You had your drink coming. Look, security is like, look. Look how embarrassing that is. You're doing a perp walk because you. All right, it's two ways to look at this. Blah, blah, blah. It's one is like, what kind of fool? I always sit next to them too. And I'm like, look, dog, you stand no chance. Why do you want to even sound like that? Like, why you ain't got a homeboy that's tapping you saying, hey, like, can we keep the peace? Can you be smarter than that? He better than all of us. Oh, he sucks out there, though. Okay, well, if he does, can we at least enjoy this money and this popcorn and these damn drinks? They serving Douce over here. Like, can we just live? Can we enjoy the game? You over like does the game? Who are you? One of them fans that got to talk trash about the players? Why does that feel good? Look, to me, I would never go to a movie and be like, you suck. Oh, I can't stand you, movie. Turn it off. Like, let the movie play, and at the end, you be like, man, I ain't never seeing that again, or I don't rock with them. Like, just people spend money and waste money. You wasting the fun of the spend of the money over there. This is bullshit. Man, if you don't get your ass. And then there's another flip side, which is like Westbrook. Who cares? Dog, you laughing all the way to the bank. You playing well this year. Who cares about these fools? You know, you insecure, you look weak. That's petty. Why you care? Like me, I don't care. But I'm also like, I don't care as an athlete. I care as a person, though, for real. As a person, I'm like, I would walk on there and be like, dog, why you keep talking to me like this? Because you suck. I was like, okay, now, why do you keep talking to me like that? You said it already. Why you keep running with it? I can do what I want. I paid for these seats. I was like, you can, but are you really enjoying yourself? Hell yeah, I'm loving this. Everyone. And then you notice the last turn from, oh, that dude is funny to, that dude's got a problem. Simple as that. Oh, man. Well, hey, I just want y'all to know, quick hitters before we get out of here. Jake Paul and Conor McGregor back for a fight with unique rule set. They trying to make a fight with them two. Y'all watching that? Y'all watching Jake Paul fight Conor McGregor? Say no, I dare you. Hell yeah, I'm watching that. Watching all of that. What I'm also watching is as they say, a rebrand. People are saying that Shannon Sharpe is rebranding. I thought this was interesting. I ain't even heard this angle before. Give him some love, academics. Let's hear it.
I mean, I can't just be out here just nailing shit, and then as soon as you get nailed, I'm like, oh, I don't want to nail you no more. That's a little hypocritical.
What?
Oh, my goodness.
Were you promiscuous?
When I was young? Yeah, I got 3 kids.
How many baby mamas?
3. Nah, you get no dad. I ain't proud of that. Hell no. I ain't proud of that. I mean, because if I could do it all over again, I would have 3 from 1.
Yeah, me too. But you know,
no, you wouldn't.
It don't work like that.
You probably have 5 from 5.
I mean, Shannon, I'm 3 for 2, man. I'm doing better than you.
You do better than me. You know.
Is it me or is Shannon doing a rebrand in chat? Shannon's starting to let the gray beard show a lot more now. He's letting. This is by design. Shannon is up 100 million. Niggas like this, you know how Diddy? You didn't think he had gray hair till he went to jail. He could dye the hair black. Shannon is probably realizing he has an opportunity to move into a Steve Harvey lane. But you got to be the old unk. You can't be, and maybe he's shedding some of that, let me run around this shit and try to get pussy. Because that's what he was looking like. He was looking like the hunk that was showing up and he was looking a little zesty, but still he was showing up and, you know what I mean? Like, you got to kill that. You got to kill that. And look, even the clothing he's wearing, he's finally looking like a elderly, respectable man. That could be part of the rebrand. So that rebrand of him always talking about, because he has some topics where they've talked about women and sex, and he kind of seems like a horn dog, like he on Shaq timing, like Shaq still DM and chase, right? But I think that he's down to rebrand, and I think he realizes, okay, I just settled that thing. I gave Shorty $23 million or whatever it was supposedly reported. I could still go get my big bag, but I got to shed that character. I wouldn't be surprised. You remember he went viral when he was on First Things First or whatever it was with Skip. He had the Hennessy on the table with the Black and Mild. And he was like the cool unk that got 3 girlfriends that be just fucking on shit. He nailing shit. He's trying to come off Cliff Huxtable. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. And the first thing to do it, by the way, I think Diddy gonna have to do this too. You gotta let the gray show. When you don't let the gray show and you in your 50s, it feels like you're competing with the young boys. Mm-hmm. Everything that comes out of your mouth, is now seen in the light of you trying to still feel young. That's not the thing where maybe a brand could feel comfortable like, all right, he ain't going to throw it away twice. Uncle Shay Shay is kind of looking like Grandpa Shay Shay. And it's not like he look washed up, but I think he's trying to look a little bit more demure, dare I say. He's looking like Bill Cosby. There you go. Shannon, I like it for you. I like it. Let me watch a little bit more of this interview.
Blah. Interesting. Ain't that interesting? I didn't catch that. I didn't peep that. But this is the deeper optics. This is the deeper level of how you build up a brand to attract brands. And Shannon Sharpe is a brand. And this rebranding, if it is that, or you just caught him on a day where he has some conservative clothes, you know what I mean? It doesn't mean like this is a full rebrand. Maybe this is a test, a tease. Or maybe because you got Blueface on there, he going to come tatted out and he going to come on representing. It's like, let me just give him a little contrast, right? Let me just offset that a little bit. It's a lot of conversations going on about this. Like, as you mature, and we in an ever-changing world, always. And the young kids are killing it right now. That next generation behind you is killing it because they're working smarter, not harder, right? So we call it softer or easier, but they're just doing it smarter. It's more efficient because they have more technology. They have more at their disposal, right? When I was growing up, I did not know what was going on in Japan in that real time. I couldn't just hit one button and talk to somebody in Japan in real time. I couldn't even find out these facts and figures about Japan in this real time. Nothing. Now, Chat GPT 5.2, let's go. FaceTime, let's go. I could create business plans. I could create opportunities. I could create decks. I could talk to the people I need to talk to and make it all happen while I'm at this Starbucks. You can call it what you want, but you better call it what it is. So this rebranding for Shannon, because obviously he had the missteps and he had the issues before, and they're behind him. It's not over for him. Like, if you look at every celebrity that you think is big time and then look through their scandal list of allegations or reality, like there's no better example than looking at Snoop, who is everywhere. Got the hottest brand right now in all of the world outside of maybe them K-pop, Huntrix, like the 3 girls. Like, what's a bigger brand than Snoop right now? Go. Okay. Now, how did Snoop start? Gangbanging in Long Beach in a group with Warren G. Warren G. half brother is Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre taking his time to get to the tape. They get to it. They're like, who it is? He drops deep cover with him. Dre don't even like deep cover. Snoop like, come on, man, let's put this out. It goes out. We like deep cover. Next thing you know, all right, well, I got this album coming out called The Chronic. Let's put him on it. Put him on The Chronic. Whoa. Oh, it says Dr. Dre The Chronic is really Snoop. Whoa. You introduce more people. Who is this? Who's Corrupt? Who's Daz? Lady of Rage, RBX. Come on. Snoop album come out. I'm in New York. It's the longest line I've ever seen at a record store. And it's in New York for a West Coast rapper when they still was not playing West Coast like that. They played Snoop. Murder trial, boom, low point. Murder trial. Y'all remember when they said not guilty? The hands and he went from that. Then he didn't happen. Death Row fell apart. You know, he had the Pac and all that resurgence, but then Death Row fell apart. He on Master P, he on No Limit. Still doing good, though. Come on, man. So don't count Shannon Sharpe out. And the rebrand is, for Snoop, what was the rebrand? Y'all know it. Beat it up in the comments. Martha Stewart. That collab cleansed the image. It cleansed the image. There was enough time between that and the murder trial. All you could do about the murder trial, you couldn't feel it no more because he got off, but he was still accused. Now you got to Google it. And Google, if you got to Google something to hate somebody, you probably check yourself and say, maybe I should, because they seem cool to me. And after that Martha Stewart rebrand, this man can't be stopped. You can't go nowhere without him. So for Shannon Sharpe, you know, the rebrand is keep doing what you were doing that made us respect the brand in the first place, which is killer content. Man, it was a little like at your age, like look at this. This ain't got nothing to do with this. Y'all know I always look dusty because I got kids. This is a sign that I ain't got time to be attracting young ladies thinking I'm cute. I'm out that phase. I lived that phase. Boy, did I win. Boy, did I win. I was a winner. Winner, chicken dinner. And even if I lost, it's over. The game is over. I can't play no more. You know, Matt, I'm 51 fighting a belly, and I got one, but it's winning. It's winning that fight. And then I'm out there, you go out and you see these 23-year-old dudes, them young muscles, that collagen still in their muscles. What you doing? I don't care if I got more money. What I'm going to do? So if you got more money, what you think your way in? If you see a girl, she looking at a 23-year-old looking like that, and then your 51-year-old looking like this, and she speak to you, you better duck. If not, stand tall and hand her your wallet. She looking at security. That dude's sexy. You just security. Chick. She gonna call you, hey, hey, Pappy. Cash Appy, Pappy. And what comes with that? Ain't nothing wrong with that if that's what you do. Here's the problem. Once you get into that, you know what happens? Shamar Moore, Ronnie Roan, all that. Once you get into these like power dynamics and these transactions that ain't based in nothing, no love, no respect, no real, it will fall off. And it will go off the tracks. And then you either gonna do some Donald Trump hush money, like, let me just shut you up. Or they're going to drag you because they're going to have an access point to you and your money. And they're going to have all these receipts. And you're going to be like, I couldn't believe she did that. Well, you should have said, I can't believe she came and talked to me. It was a 23-year-old sexy dude next to you, too. But you couldn't believe it then. You shouldn't believe it now. Oh, man. So rebranding is worth it for Shannon. Absolutely. Like I hope. I don't know. Y'all watch Nightcap, beat it up. I hope he ain't down. I hope he ain't like, man, come on, man. You better recognize Shannon Sharpe. You better recognize. Okay, y'all. So we at the part of the show where I got to end on something light and I got to end on something bright. I love this. Speaking of sexy, so imagine this. I'm so into my own masculinity. I'm so like a real one. I don't care about saying this. I love this as a father video. All you fathers out there, let's peep game. This man doing it the right way. Let's go.
You ready?
No.
He hitting that now. Boy, he got that demon hunter bow.
All done.
Now, be real. See, this is you at the club. You Shannon Sharpe. He still look like that. But if it's me, I'm fat. My belly on top of that glass of orange juice right now, just sitting there. Even if I suck it in, you won't even see one line, right? Nope. And then this dude sitting next to me. And then a girl come up to me and she's like, "Hey, Marcellus, hey." I'm running. I'm like, "Girl, yo, move. You know what you want. You want my money. Move, girl. Leave me alone. I'm an old man."
Here you go, babe.
Thank you.
Our hands we fold, our heads we bow. For food and drink we thank God now. Amen.
He got that girl already not eating carbs. She gonna be fresh. Go, girl. Oh, hit it. Yeah. Swap. Whoop. Hang. Back up. Wah. Ooh. Da.
You ready?
Come on, man. Got it. We always talking about culture on here. We talking about the power dynamics and how the effect of the nuclear family has really eroded our society to a large degree. Ain't no mama and daddies there. I ain't see a mama there either. It'd been nice to do that. Maybe mama was filming. Maybe he a weekend daddy. I don't care. He gave love to his daughter, and that's empowering. So I just wanted to show some positive messages as well. Beat it up in the comments. Wow. Red Beard Runner says, is rebranding another way of saying growing up? Yeah, it is. Yep. Ain't no other way of saying it. Like some cats just be, they be stuck, right? They be stuck in a phase. Seriously, they just won't grow up, whatever that may be, arrested development, whatever you want to say. And we all got some arrested development, but some of it is just harmless. Like I got an arrested development. Name me a old school rapper that's coming in concert. I'm about to act 11 years old. I'm about to act like when I first heard them. When Rakim came to LA a couple years ago, I went down there and sweated my whole fit out because I was a fiend before I became a teen. I mean, not acting old. I'm young. I'm in this. I mosh pit. When the Roots had their concert here last summer, and I'm going again this summer. Oh, we got a mosh pit. When they put on, man, when that Nas came up. Oh, come on, man. I ain't talking to y'all. Okay. Anyway, tell me this, and let's get out of here. One got to go in all of their music. You got to lose all of Beyonce and her music. Losing Beyonce is hard enough, let alone her music. Look how beautiful she is. Goodness. Prince. Okay. Whitney. If I should stay. Oh, man. And then Mike. All right, so first of all, we know Mike number one here. So Mike ain't going nowhere. Nowhere. I see what more like a beauty queen from a movie scene. I shed. Man, come on. I shed. Who? You can't make that up, dog. I shed. What the fuck? Mike stays. Okay, second for me. This is weird. Prince, okay, yeah. But it's too close because Whitney right there. Damn, Beyonce. It's because I was older. It's just that simple. It's because I was too old. First song I hear from Beyonce and them is what that yeah. That Destiny Child or someone. No. Is that them? Whatever it was. I was too old. I'm already in the league. I met Beyonce backstage Buffalo concert. I told y'all that story before. I'm like, man, she's 17. What I'm doing back here? Real spit. So love to you guys, man. Beat it up in the comments. I want to know which one you guys want to see go, stay. I don't know. For me, damn, I hate to do that to Beyonce because losing Beyonce is tough. You can't see Beyonce no more. What? Look at her. But if I should stay, well, we can't stay no more. We got to go. Peace.
It's been a decade plus that I knew that this day was going to come.